So we got the armor, Odin. I literally have no idea. So I'm gonna just throw a nice smooth hyzer after this car drives by. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a nice smooth hyzer with this armor Odin from Viking Discs and just really try and see if we get any stand up after this car drives by and after this car drives by. We got everybody. This is a whole roundabout at this point. What is good, everybody? Eric Oakley of Infinite Discs, and we are back for another segment of EO and the discs you may not know. We have the Viking Discs Odin. I have it in both the armor and the storm plastic. We're gonna test this out. By the numbers, this is going to be, you know, your go-to distance driver. That 12.5 -1.3 has been seen on a lot of different discs. So the Odin is a little bit flatter, feels really comfortable. I think it feels the best on a forehand grip, but that's because of its flatness. I tend to like a slight dome when I'm looking for a backhand disc, but if we look at the storm plastic, we have a little bit of lift, so that should be really nice. I'm excited to kind of rip on these to really see how far I can get them out there, if they have a little bit more turn or if they're just nice and overstable. Plastic is really, really nice. Both feel very, very similar. I wouldn't say there's much of a difference. The only thing you can say is one is, you know, translucent, one is opaque. So maybe the Viking fans out there can tell me, you know, just how these beat up. So make sure you're checking out the comments below. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the Odin and see how it handles and compares to some of the discs in my bag. Really excited. Let's dive right into it. So now that the cars have let us play too, I'm going to show you how this Odin flies. I'm going to hit it with a slight hyzer and really try and just, you know, hit that scoreboard over there. Just see if we can kind of get it to hold the hyzer. Okay, very flippy. All right. Good to know. So the armor, we can see, is on the flippier side. So see if the storm has any more stability. And let's kind of hit it. I'm gonna hit it similarly. A little scared, but we'll see. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. All right, so we saw the armor felt a little less stable, so I'm definitely gonna try and trust it on this forehand, get it to flip up, because we definitely need to hit it on another backhand, because I think if we give it some height, that thing is gonna go a long ways. The storm definitely held up a little bit more and was a little bit closer to what I was expecting from the disc. So that was nice. So if you're looking for, I guess, we'll see once we throw these again, maybe the storm has a little bit more stability than the armor. All right, trusting this one, smooth hyzer sidearm. That is not stable at all. Fun disc. I'm ready to really kind of get it. I don't think it's right now. Not a disc I would throw because we're at elevation, and I know once I get down to elevation, it's going to be too understable for what I'm looking for. But if you're looking for a disc and you were maybe a little worried by the numbers, the Odin's numbers are going to be a really good disc. Feels good in the hand, where it's going to be something that a lot of beginners are going to use. Not for me, but I'm ready to throw it again and give it the proper airtime to let her fly. Now that we know just how understable this armor plastic is, we definitely need to really trust and get this disc high and on hyzer, knowing that it's going to flip and have a full flight. So this is a very, like, has the potential for crazy distance, but is a lot more difficult to throw, where the storm plastic is a little bit closer to the numbers, especially here at elevation. So I would, if I was giving numbers, this is like a -3.3, if that. And then I would say this is probably a -1.5, -2.3 in the numbers, where you get a lot more flip out of this, where this is a little bit more reliable. But I know if once I get back down to sea level, this is going to have that similar flip to this, but just because of the elevation and my arm speed. So we're going to trust it. We're going to let it fly. Into this wind is going to be tough, but I believe it's got to be good, right? It's got to be really, really good. Yeah. It is very understable. I even gave that height, maybe a little too much snap into the wind. It's tough, but I know I can trust this Storm plastic a little bit more. So we're gonna hit this nice and good. Yeah, please. Oh, please. Similar, but I definitely didn't hit that with as much hyzer. The disc is fast. The disc is fast out of the hand. Again, I think this is going to be a better disc for a lot of beginners who are bumping up to these high-speed discs, which is tough because you have to get really good at throwing your mid-ranges and your fairways before you step up to something like this. But this could be a great disc that allows you to kind of understand how to get a disc to flip up and how to ride, because this doesn't require as much arm speed to get the turn you need, but definitely still wants some arm speed to get that full flight. All right, let's go with the forehand. Really got to trust the hyzer release here. Pretty crazy. That was a gnarly flight. The Viking Discs Odin. Wow, this was a disc I was not expecting to be as understable as it was, especially in the armor plastic. This was at elevation almost an instant roller for me, and that to me is not something. I don't really like 12-speed rollers, so I would be still leaning on like a Mantra or Centurion or something like that. But in the Storm plastic, I was very surprised at how well this disc was holding up. Still couldn't handle all of the power in the world, but definitely a good disc. If you're really trying out and really trying to branch into your faster discs, these are two that I would definitely suggest. If you really are just starting out, maybe the armor plastic might be good for you, just to try it out. I wouldn't say that you should lean on this forever unless you have a very slow arm speed and you're getting really good distance. This could be a really good driver. Plus, this has use in the woods for some crazy techie forehands where you really started out on hyzer and have it peel up. I could see this having use in that regard. So it bridges away from being a do-it-all distance driver to being a utility disc, which is something you gotta have in your bag. But again, when we go to the Storm plastic, this is kind of more realistic in what you're looking for. Maybe, again, I said the numbers would be -2. This one might be -2.2. This one might be -3.2. I might not have as much fade as I was giving it credit for. So, but, you know, flight numbers are kind of irrelevant. You got to go out, you got to throw the disc, you got to see how they fly for you. And the Odin from Viking Discs is unique in its own way, but definitely has, you know, same feel but two totally different flights. So that can be awesome when you're trying to build out your bag and you love that same feel on the disc. But check out Viking Discs. They're putting out a lot of great stuff. And if you're trying to get more Viking Discs, go to infinitediscs.com. They have some of the best selection out there. You all know this. It's super dull. You're here on the channel, so make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe for more content to be coming out in the future. Check out Viking Discs. They're awesome. Be awesome, and we'll catch you in the next one.